Hey, what's up everyone, this is Span5. I haven't made a video in a while. My subscribers seem to be fluctuating, which is fine. I mean, maybe it's because I haven't done a video in a while, and I kind of feel bad for that. Now, I have one kind of on the back burner, on this channel, and then, if I decide to do the other video, it's for a second channel I have that I haven't really done anything with, in some time. And if I decide to do those videos, I'm going to go ahead and make an announcement like, hey, you know, here's my secondary channel, and I'll explain in the video all that fucking shit. So anyway, the video I'm planning on this channel, it's about something I really don't want to talk about. Some of you can probably guess what it is. I'm not going to say what it is, but I'm kind of debating whether or not I'm going to upload it or, like, re-record it, something like that. But, you know, for right now, I'm going to do this. Now, Coughlan did a video about Onision, and I'm going to get onto the main subject of that. Now, he had been talking about this on Facebook. I'm not on Twitter. And, you know, it was about Onision and, like, a cutting thing. Now, I'm not going to explain the situation, why Onision said what he said. I'm going to leave a link to Coughlan's video in the description. And you guys can watch it yourself. It's kind of a long video, but I think it's like one of Coughlan's most raw, fucking emotional videos he's ever done, and I actually really like that. That's one of the reasons I've always liked Coughlan. You know, I mean, I've always gravitated towards him because, you know, he is able to explain, you know, his emotions, and I think I don't know, I mean, maybe that's why I'm friends with the guy. You know, maybe, I mean, I consider him a friend. I mean, we've talked back and forth quite a few times. I've been subscribed to him for fucking ever, but Onision, I subscribed to his Speaks channel a while back. Now, I did an Onision video. I believe I called it Onision is a Cunt. I'll leave that in the description in case you guys are interested. It's not really dealing with the specific video that Greg did. It's just him in general. Because Onision, in a nutshell, is just a fucking prick. He cares about what he thinks, like his fucking feelings, you know, the way he fucking feels, and that's it. He doesn't really take into consideration the way other people do. He's not empathetic in the least. You know, he's all about animal rights shit, which is fine. And maybe that's one of the reasons I started watching the guy. I thought, you know, some of his arguments were fine. But then again, that being said, myself and two other vegetarians that I know of did videos against him. There could be more. I mean, I don't know, but there are two people in particular I know for a fact that are vegetarian, and besides myself, that have done videos against Onision, and that is Crosisborg and Inmindum. Now, Inmindum, I'm not going to, like, link to his videos because I think he's done quite a few, and they're actually kind of long, and I don't really feel like searching for them, and I'm also not a fucking Inmindum fan. I'm not going to get into that shit, though. Now, Crosisborg, on the other hand, I believe his video still, I'll try to find it. It may not be up anymore. I will try to find that. It may be unlisted or something like that, and I know how to find those. But he was attacking Onision on his, like, vegetarian arguments, and that's what I did too, because, yes, I'm a vegetarian, but I'm not like him. But one of the things that pisses me off about Onision is that he doesn't really he's not there for support. Unless you go to his fucking website. I sent him a PM one time like, hey, you know, I appreciated that you said this. You know, just something really general. I sent it to his, either Onision or Onision Speaks channel. And it was kind of a long message, like, hey, you know, I appreciate this. Whatever. And, of course, what was the fucking response? I guarantee you it was just a fucking copy and paste thing, like, oh, go to onision.com/content. I'm not going to fucking sign up for your goddamn website. Which kind of goes back to, Greg only cares about him fucking self. Because the thing is, if you go to his website, I guarantee you he's getting fucking ad revenue. And no, I'm not going to fucking support some asshole. I'm not going to try to talk to him on his website, which he has total fucking control over, you know, just so he can get some fucking ad revenue. You know, to me, that's not what I'm about. You know, if people send me PMs, a lot of times I'm going to respond, I'll talk to them. It's not about making fucking money. It's about talking to people, you know, having some kind of fucking connection. But Greg doesn't fucking care about that. You know, there's all that shit. I'll try to link to some other shit in the description that you guys may be interested in if you're interested in, like, seeing the backstory to Onision. Because, I mean, he's a pathetic fucking prick. You know, he tries to, like, guilt girls into, like, falling in love with him. He kind of, like, I wouldn't say rapes girls, but, you know, he's very forceful on them. And again, if I can find this shit, I'm going to link in the description. I may have to email Coughlan. He seems to know where all this shit is. But anyway, the main fucking subject is, Onision was basically saying that cutters And that's what we've always, me, like in my circle of friends, we've always called them. He said that basically cutters are just looking for attention, and we basically just need to ignore that. Because if we don't give them the attention, they're not going to fucking do it, which is completely fucking stupid. And this, again, just shows that he has no fucking empathy whatsoever. He's a fucking asshole who, because he didn't fucking cut, well, that must mean that, he's normal. Which, by the way, if Greg thinks he's normal, he's completely fucking out of his mind. But, people, they're not doing it for attention. Because like Coughlan brought up, they rarely talk about it. It's not like something that comes up in conversation. At least not, while they're doing it or, soon after that. And I have a few stories about that. There's a band I always think of when I think about, cutting and things like this. And this band is like, it's one of my favorite bands of all time. I really wish the singer hadn't died recently. Well, actually, it was a few years ago. But that band is Typo Negative. The singer, Peter Steele, wrote like all their lyrics, I believe. I always think about him whenever I think about cutting and depression and shit like this. One of the lyrics I think of is, "Was everything we had just a joke? I've run out of patience, tears, and hope." And that's from a song called Too Late Frozen. I'll link a video if you guys want to hear that song. I mean, maybe you'd be interested in Typo Negative. It's kind of like doom goth metal, which I fucking absolutely love. But I always think of that because a lot of the cutters I've met, they just feel so fucking emotionally drained. They're tired of fucking crying. They're tired of fucking feeling hurt. That eventually it gets to the point where they just don't fucking feel anything. They cannot feel any fucking emotions at all. They're just drained. They've got nothing. So the only thing that makes them feel like a fucking human being anymore is physical fucking pain. Is it torture? Yes. But it's something. Because they're obviously not fucking feeling happy, so they're not going to get that. Because even if something does, it should make them happy, they're going to put on a fucking smiley face sometimes and just soldier through it. But then, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why would I be happy about that? All this other bad shit's happening. They're fucking trained as human beings. So, again, that's why they fucking do it. And in fact, I've cut my fucking self, and it was mostly in a fucking fit of rage. I've got a fucking 4-inch scar here on my forearm, and I've got a few others on the top of my fucking forearm. And it was just a fucking fit of rage. I just had enough, and just something snapped in me. I was at a fucking concert at a local club I used to go to, and some guy, knocked over a fucking trash can full of beer bottles. And I took one, smashed it, started fucking cutting the shit out of my fucking arms. And people were like, holy fuck, what was that about? And it's because I had just gotten to the fucking point where so much emotion and fucking hate and pain and just every fucking bad emotion you could possibly feel just came to a head. And I'm just like, fuck this. And I started cutting the shit out of my fucking arms. And some people asked about it, and I just kind of played it off like, oh, yeah, I was dancing in a club, and someone had, like, some fucking spiked bracelets on it, kind of cut into my arm. I didn't want to fucking admit it to anyone. And that's one thing, again, Coughlan saying, like, they don't talk about this. I didn't want to fucking talk about it. Which brings me to another Typo Negative lyric. This is from a song, it has two names, but, because there's two different versions of it. The one that I'm referring to is the original, which is called Gravitational Constant, and it's the equation for the gravitational constant. And that lyric, and it's kind of, I'm going to kind of read, not read, but list off some of the lyrics. I ain't hinting for sympathy. I'm used to dealing with apathy. The scars on my wrist may seem like a crime. Just wish me better luck next time. So what if I die 1,000 deaths? You think I'm insane, but I have no regrets. One more time won't matter, no question. Suicide is self-expression. And that's another thing. Again, this is like, people don't ask for fucking sympathy. They're not. And in fact, here's the thing. And up until fucking recently, I could not fucking admit this fucking fact. It took about 10 years before I could admit this. And that is, I attempted suicide. Now, I'm going to give a little backstory. I think I did a couple videos in the past talking about this, but I never really uploaded them because I didn't want to talk about it. It was fucking embarrassing. It put me back into a dark spot. I'm finally at the point where I can talk about it and be okay with it. Because, you know, whenever suicide be brought up, maybe I kind of make some jokes to kind of deflect it off of me. And that was just my, you know, natural defense system trying to, like, avoid that. But back in 1999, I was in 8th grade. Now, everyone fucking hated me. Because, number one, rap was king. You know, Will Smith, that's, like, his fucking heyday. Everyone liked that kind of shit. Everyone was on to rap. With the exception of, like, a couple of rock songs, like, Pretty Fly for a White Guy. Maybe a Marilyn Manson song was popular for a week or so, you know, on TRL or something, Total Request Live, if you guys remember that shit, if it's even still on. And everyone fucking hated me. Now, 1999, the end of my fucking 8th grade year, 420, Columbine happened. Now, that day and the day after, I wasn't there. I was sick. And apparently, everyone at fucking school, they thought I was gonna come in and fucking kill everyone. They thought I was going to go on a fucking shooting rampage. Why? Because they fucked with me. And I was a fucking easy target because, well, number one, I was fucking short. I was only like 5'2" at the fucking time. And, you know, people, they didn't like me. I had fucking long hair. I dressed in all fucking black. And even beyond that, I was an emotional fucking mess. There were days that I would come home. And first off, I got off really early. We had the split sessions thing going on with school. And it was fucking bullshit. And I basically just, I was alone. And I could just think with, you know, for myself, and it was just, I was basically going out of my fucking mind. You know, this is long before the fucking, you know, internet was really the way it is today. And then my dad would come home drunk like every fucking day, and it was like fucking night and day with him. You know, some days, you know, he was the most empathetic, you know, caring father you could imagine, and other days he was the most verbally abusive, dickheaded, unempathetic asshole you could fucking possibly meet. And to me, it fucked me up. And, you know, a couple years went by, and yeah, I got more friends and shit, because in 8th grade, I had, like, no friends. And, except for, like, the one guy who, maybe he was just hanging out with me, because I wouldn't hang out with him, because he was the only one that would hang out with me, blah, blah, blah. It was kind of like a vicious circle there. And then I got more friends, but that didn't fucking help matters any. And then it just got to the point where, one day, I was like, you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna end it. I really don't think there's anything for me. I really don't. And I tried to fucking hang myself. I mean, I'm glad it didn't fucking work. You know, I tried to fucking do it from the joists that were in the basement, because that's where my bedroom was, and it didn't fucking work. And it was one of the scariest fucking feelings. I've described to some people, and they have a hard time understanding. And I have a hard time understanding it. It was fucking weird. It's like, I was going to die. But again, it didn't work. And the thing is, again, I haven't talked about this shit until fairly fucking recently. I've just recently been able to say, yes, I attempted suicide at a certain fucking time in my life. And if I was just an attention whore, I was begging for people's fucking attention, wouldn't I have told everyone about this as soon as it fucking happened? And try to put them into some kind of guilt trip possibly? Or, you know, just say, hey, yeah, I tried to kill myself. No, it was fucking, it was horrifying. I didn't want to fucking talk about it. You know, Jesus fucking Christ. And you know, that's the thing about depression. You know, the people who aren't depressed, I mean, in a way, I'm really jealous of them. Because, I mean, it's weird. I mean, now, I think that depression, it does kind of give you a better perspective. I think, like, if you have a real understanding of the world, you're going to be depressed in certain fucking ways. I think that the people that are, like, completely fucking happy, they're completely fucking ignorant. I really do. But then again, this kind of goes, and I think I heard someone recently say this, but I've always had the theory that people who are, like, more intelligent, and I'm not trying to say I'm a fucking super genius here, people who, you know, they have some kind of understanding, they're more fucked up than people who don't. You know, every smart person, there's something fucked up with them. You know, there's some kind of, like, sex feed, or they abuse, you know, alcohol, or some kind of fucking drug, or they're, you know, just into some weird fucking fucked up shit. And, I mean, maybe that's the trade-off. But the thing is, you know, depression, if you've never experienced it, well, I hope you don't, it fucking sucks. You know, I've been dealing with depression my entire fucking life. And, you know, I'm not on any kind of medication for it. I fucking self-medicate with alcohol, which is probably a bad fucking idea. But I do it nonetheless. And it helps me cope. But, you know, for him to come on here and basically just fucking say, get over it. You know, fuck you, Onision. Fuck you. If you don't know what the fuck it's like, you know, you have your little fucking, you know, drama shit, like, oh, you know, you're saying to these girls basically, well, I don't know why you're so, you know, unsympathetic to the way I feel, and, you know, maybe, you know, I guess you just don't want us to work, and you don't want to give us a chance. No, fuck you. That's not fucking depression, okay? You don't know what the fuck it's like, obviously. You don't know what it's like for some fucking people. And for you to just turn around and basically just call them attention whores, which, Onision, you're the biggest fucking attention whore on the fucking internet. You talk about your fucking self, and you say how other people need to be just like you. And fuck that. You know, I don't want people to be just like me. I've always said, you know, my entire fucking life, if everyone were like me, I'd fucking kill myself. And then, if they were all like me, obviously they'd all kill them fucking selves too, and that would be the end of the fucking human race. Because I want to talk to other people. I want to know how they fucking feel. I want to know how their lives were. How they fucking coped with their fucking pain. I didn't say, you need to get the fuck over it. Maybe that's why I'm always the shoulder to fucking cry on for all of my fucking friends and coworkers. Because you know, when they talk to me, I'm fucking non-judgmental. Because I don't know what kind of fucking state of mind they were in at the time, or they're in at the time. You know, in fact, I've talked at least 2 of my fucking friends out of suicide. You know, I'm not gonna fucking look down on them for their fucking situation. Because I've been in fucking dark areas in my fucking life. I've been in areas, again, I was ready to fucking die. I was, at that point, I'm like, fuck this. My life is so fucking miserable. I really do not see it getting any fucking better. And I was ready to fucking die. I was ready to fucking end it right there. So obviously I can fucking empathize with the way people feel. Greg, on the other hand, you can't. You're a fucking dickhead. And you're a piece of shit. How fucking dare you? How fucking dare you try to act as if you know what they're fucking feeling? Maybe there are some cutters out there who are just doing it for fucking attention. However, most of the time they cover that shit up. They don't want people to know. Because it's fucking embarrassing. You know, that they've gotten to this point where they're so fucking emotionally drained. They're so fucking down. That this is the only fucking gratification they have. This is the only control they have. They control their own bodies. Maybe they can't control how other people feel about them, or the outside world, or anything else. But they have control over their own fucking body. They can decide how much fucking pain they're gonna go through. They could do a fucking just a small cut, they could do a super fucking deep cut, or they could even go almost, well, I guess I shouldn't say almost the level, they could have gone beyond the level I went and actually fucking kill themselves. You know, what the fuck? You know, for someone who says he fucking cares so much, you don't fucking care at all, do you? No. You care about the way you fucking feel, you think that everyone else needs to fucking feel the way you do, and you think that if they don't agree with you, well then, they're just assholes. They're trolls. They're haters. Fucking pathetic piece of shit. But then you wanted us to to empathize with you, I should say, when you got fucking divorced? Well, fuck you. Maybe you should fucking look around. Maybe you caused that shit. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know what else to fucking say, because, you know, the thing is, if you are a fucking cutter, and I've talked to quite a few people who are younger on here, and if you are like that, hey, you know what, if you ever need to fucking send me a PM, I'm not saying go ahead, I'm gonna be here for you. No, you know what, if you ever need someone to fucking talk to, I can empathize. I try not to fucking judge like Greg does, and I try to understand. But whatever. This is Bad Five, and I'll see you guys next video.